Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead. Lord Shri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan, and Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Iswak. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji, we can go through the second verse as well, and then together we'll take it up.
Prabhuji, some other devotee can take
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
please. Yeah,
Kalyani
any
Mata.
other devotee?
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Text 2. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshyo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it that in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it appears to be lost. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay, so let's begin with Mangalacharan. नीलाद्रौ शङ्खमध्ये शतदलकमले रत्नसिंहासनस्थम् सर्वलङ्कारयुक्तं नवघनरुचिरं संयुत च अग्रजेनः भद्राय वामभागे रथचरणयुतं ब्रह्मारुद्रेन्द्रवन्द्यं वेदानां सारम् ईशं सुजानपरिवृतं ब्रह्मदारुं स्मरामि. So all glories to the Lord of the Lord universe, all glories to Lord of Lords, Lord Jagannath. So I hope everyone would have, pulled the ropes yesterday in Sheshadripuram. So it's the time where we are in, it's the most auspicious time. And today is, I think, the fourth day. Tomorrow is Hera Panchami. So the more we hear about Lord Jagannath is less, because his pastimes are so much that out of that obsession, we conducted a session in especially in Hindi Gita Gyan. We are covering entirely a complete 1 month out of his entire pastimes. Even the pastimes are so precious and so beautiful, and in fact we have very less amount of the information available on web and all those things. But even then we could complete, we are trying to complete at least 1 month, at least, if not 1 month, at least till the last week of this July. So that's why in this verse, in this Mangalacharan, it is talked about how Lord Jagannath, see the behavior of Lord Jagannath for his devotees, and our behavior towards Lord Jagannath. It is said, Ratna Singhasanastam. Lord Jagannath always resides on Ratna Singhasan. But for his beloved devotees, he leaves, he just kicks off the Ratna Singhasan and comes out of the temple once in a year. Right? When we say for his devotees, that means people, those who belong to him. So likewise, our behavior should also be like that. We should not stick to position, or the chair, or this, or the keys, or responsibilities. We should give up everything for Krishna. We should be ready to give everything for Krishna to attain Krishna. That is what Lord Jagannath is teaching us with his own behavior. That's why if you saw Rath Yatra of Puri, on the first day, as it is said, Lord Jagannath is always Dina Bandhu, he is always Bhakta Vatsala. That's why on the first day, only big brother and sister were able to move out. But Lord Jagannath stayed where he was. Out of that Shinghadwar, he stayed there. He couldn't move because maybe some devotee is coming for which, and he wanted to take darshan, due to which he didn't move an inch. He just moved a couple of steps and he stayed as it is. After that, no one could move him. So likewise, in this Mangalacharan, it is talked about how Lord Jagannath, when he moves, he doesn't move alone, he moves with his relatives. So likewise, when we take step in our life, we should not think that okay, I am alone. Let's do it alone. We should take our entire family. We should take out our entire relatives. We should take all the devotees with whom we live. We should think about them as well. So that's why the time where we are in, it's a very auspicious time. Once in a day, once in a year, we get this, and especially tomorrow is another very special day of the entire 9 days of tenure. That is, tomorrow is Hera Panchami. We have another different, very beautiful, pastimes of this day. So we'll not go to that. I just wanted to introduce our Lord Jagannath with this Mangalacharan, because this Mangalacharan is very beautiful. So coming back to our Bhagavad Gita, so if you see, Krishna is talking about the parampara which we should follow, and the way, the ultimate science, the ultimate knowledge which Krishna gave via Arjuna, it was lost on the midway. So he says, in the very beginning, he gave the same knowledge to sun god Vivaswan, right? So here there might be a question: why did he choose sun and no one else, right? Anybody would like to answer? Anybody has any clue why did he choose only sun and no one else? Any clue? Just guess out.
Maybe because it is a Surya Vansha.
No, Mataji. Surya Vansha didn't start with Surya. Surya Vansha
Okay.
comes with Ikshvaku, right? Sun gave to Manu, Manu gave to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku was in Surya Vansha.
But Surya will be in Surya Vansha only, no, Prabhuji?
Surya means from Surya it comes to Surya Vansha, but that's not the reason why, because
Oh,
it is
okay.
in Surya Vansha. So Krishna, chose sun god.
Prabhuji,
Vivaswani.
Because he is a Kshatriya.
No, so even if he is a Kshatriya, so why? How does it qualify him to get this? To get this ultimate knowledge by Krishna?
Hare Krishna
Uh,
Prabhu is very intelligent and he's the
Yadyadhar
guru of
Charati
many people.
Shreshthas. Because he is a Shrestha, we will all follow his advice. If the senior person or a leader kind of a person is enlightened, people like us we will follow the leader. That is the reason I'm thinking,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
any one more Mataji was saying something.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Yes, Mataji.
he throws in light and he's very, very intelligent. He's supposed to be the guru of many, many this thing.
Yeah, Mataji.
He's
So I
considered
Prabhuji,
to
will.
he
be
is
the
also
most
the king of
intelligent
planets.
planets.
Yeah.
He's the king
So
and planets
yes,
of all the planets.
somewhat we are very clear to that. So Krishna chose Surya as he is the senior most, okay, of a creation. He is the first, as I think Kalyani Mataji said, right? And he is the leader. So whatever he has, his own principles, rules, and regulations, he throws to us, and we will follow it, right? As he is a very senior, some Mataji said. Yes. So that's the correct answer. That why Krishna chose sun god Vivaswan is because he was the first of his own kind, his own creation. And if responsibilities, rules, regulations, do's, don'ts are given to a person who is right on top, then the flow is very easy, right? Just very similar to as Krishna gave the ultimate knowledge to Brahma as well when the creation started, right? We study this in Bhagavatam. So that's why the reason why Krishna chose sun god Vivaswan is because he was the first of its own kind, first of the creation. So if things are on track in the very beginning, then things will be on track down the lane, else not. So that's why Krishna gave this ultimate knowledge to Vivaswan. So again, Vivaswan transferred this knowledge to Manu. Manu was the first of his own kind because of from there the human race, the humankind started. That's why that name comes Manushya. Manushya is one who came from Manu. So that's why Surya gave to Manu, and then Manu in turn gives to Ikshvaku, who was in Surya Vansha. And then these were all, Satyuga, Treta, Dwapar. Now, in Treta, it was given to Ikshvaku, and then in Dwapar, at the end of Dwapar, in the very beginning of Kali Yuga, it was given to Arjuna by Krishna himself, which was a recap or a rehearsal again to show the entire humankind that this is ultimate knowledge by following which we can attain the, who is beyond this nature, we can attain that person. So this was the disciplic succession with which this knowledge was imparted. But Krishna here tells that on the way it was lost, which always happens, right? See, now after Srila Prabhupada gave this brilliant commentary on this Bhagavad Gita, and like us, lakhs of people are getting benefit of it. But if you see in the market now, as Srila Prabhupada writes it very beautifully, that this Bhagavad Gita is not Paurusha. It is Apaurusha, which means this Bhagavad Gita is not written by any human being. This Bhagavad Gita is given himself by Krishna himself, who is in himself, he is Apaurusha. He is beyond three modes of nature. That's why the crux, as Bhagavad Gita is the crux of Vedas, and the crux of entire Bhagavad Gita is to attain Krishna. By improvising yourself in every direction. From every direction, improvise yourself, whether it's in the mode of goodness, whether it's mode of passion, or whether it is mode of ignorance. Improvise yourself and become eligible to attain Krishna. That is the whole context of Bhagavad Gita. But now, if you see, if you ever have heard of any motivational speaker or all those people there, I see many ads comes in YouTube and all those things. I never hear to any motivational leader. I don't like. So you see, now Bhagavad Gita is being presented in a way that Bhagavad Gita is all about motivation. If you are depressed, if your business is not running, read this verse of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is all about business. Many people in parliament houses quote verses from Bhagavad Gita in their own text, in their own format, in their own meaningful way. Because Bhagavad Gita is now being used in politics as well. If you are depressed, read Bhagavad Gita. Some verse or something is quoted. If you want peace in life, read Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita is not meant for motivation. Bhagavad Gita is not meant for business. Neither it is meant for any politics nor depression or whatever it is. Bhagavad Gita is only meant for making yourself eligible to attain Krishna. Make yourself so much equipped that even Krishna will see towards you. Because until and unless we are equipped, right, nowadays you might see in LinkedIn or any other channels, many people are getting Padma Bhushan, right, by our dear president. But everyone has really done something due to which the government is looking at them, right? Last time I saw some army general, he got Padma Bhushan. Why? Because he got bullets on his jaws itself, in this place itself. So his entire jaw is inside. It's not like us, it's inside. So because of that bravery, government could recognize him. So likewise, even we are part and parcel of Krishna. Doesn't matter. We don't, because we don't know. We are not giving importance. So to realizing oneself that we are part and parcel of Krishna. So to make oneself eligible, this Bhagavad Gita is all about. This Bhagavad Gita will lead us to go away, move out. As Krishna himself tells to Bhagavad Gita, to Arjuna, that Traigunya Vishya Veda Nestraigunyo Bhavarjun Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto Yoga Shaimam Vahamim. That move out of the three modes of nature. Then you will be able to attain me, else not. Because Krishna is not in this within the three modes of nature. That's why our dear Adi Shankaracharya Maharaj said that this Bhagavad Gita is enough for this mankind. Why? Because this Bhagavad Gita is Aparushya, as Srila Prabhupada writes. Because this Bhagavad Gita can lead us to that Aparushya, who is beyond Purusha. That's why Adi Shankaracharya Maharaj writes, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanye Shastra Vistaraye Ya Swam Padmanabhasya Mukh Padam Dunishrita. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanye Shastra Vistaraye. That this Bhagavad Gita is enough. Why do you need another scripture for yourself? Why? Because Ya Swam Padmanabhasya Mukh Padam Dvinishrita. Because this Bhagavad Gita was spoken by him, Krishna himself, from his lotus mouth. So why do you think that we need other things? So this is enough. Because now if you go in past as well, there are so many Bhagavad Gitas in the market, right? Means there are around 15-20 types of Bhagavad Gitas, and there are many scriptural parts also, pieces of scriptures from where it has been extracted, and it was given as a name as Gita only. Like Bhagavad Gita's, if you go for Canto 4, I think somewhere chapter 22 or 24, something like that. There, when Lord Shankar talks with Prachetas, so that section has been named as Rudra Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, Aila Gita. There are so many Gitas, and there are so many leaders also who has given their own commentary on Bhagavad Gita. But Srila Prabhupada, just never motivated anyone to read all those Bhagavad Gitas, because all these political people, all these big people whose name and fame are all around us, wrote Bhagavad Gita with a specific point of view, whether it is politics, whether it is society, or whatever it is. But they wrote or translated, gave their purport on Bhagavad Gita with their own perspective, not with the perspectives of scriptures. And that's what Srila Prabhupada tells, that this Bhagavad Gita, on the way, as Krishna is saying, it lost its essence, right? As now we are in a trend of that Bhagavad Gita is all about motivation, right? Bhagavad Gita is not about motivation. People, those who get motivated down the lane after reading 700 words, they also get demotivated after 10 years. That's why we see there are so many people coming and so many people going out. Why? Because Bhagavad Gita is not about motivation. When people come in class, they get matar paneer. People get motivated. Oh my God, wow, Sunday class. But after 1, 2, 3 years, when they get khichdi, so they get demotivated. So they leave the class and they move out. So Bhagavad Gita is not about motivation. Bhagavad Gita is all about attaining Krishna once you understand yourself, and then when you understand oneself, you are ready to understand Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes, if you want to understand Paramatma, you have to understand what is Atma. Because without understanding what is Atma, you cannot understand what is Paramatma. So that's why here Krishna tells Arjuna that the knowledge that I gave was lost in the midway, due to which this is the brink where I'm repeating it again, so that it will be there with the humankind till this Kali Yuga is over. Till the Kali Yuga is over, at least it will be there. And once Kali Yuga is gone, again Satya will come, and who knows what would happen again. So that's why in these two verses, Krishna beautifully describes that this Bhagavad Gita is the ultimate knowledge, is the ultimate science for this entire humankind. If you read Bhagavad Gita sincerely and as it is, right? That's why Srila Prabhupada writes that this Bhagavad Gita should be taken as it is, not with your perspectives, not with, okay, I think then I can tweak this words like as my for my own benefit. Not like that. As it is given, and believe me, my dear devotees, if you analyze your life with the verses which is given in Bhagavad Gita as it is, your life will be crystal clear. You will be ready to analyze what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is worst. We will be ready to analyze. And once it is visible to us, our life will also be clear that what we are doing, what we should do, and what we should not be doing. So, all these things will be very clear if we read the concepts, if we read the rules, if we read the principles that Krishna has mentioned in this book. And that's why, even everybody says that this book is ultimate. However, how many number of times I read, I get something new, because the reason is this book is Aparushya. So every time you read this book, you will get something new. Your mind will tickle something. Your mind will give you something new. Why? Because this book is Aparushya. You read a boy who is reading standard 5, he reads all his books. When he goes to standard 6, he never returns and studies those books of standard 5, because he is done. He knows. If you ask, oh, I know, this is about this hand, this body, this leg, this I know all those things. I don't want to read. Why? Because he is reading a uh, means advanced version of chapter standard 5 in standard 6. But this Bhagavad Gita is not like that. Every time you read, every moment you read, you'll get something new. Your mind will click in a different way. And the more you read, the more you hear, the more you analyze yourself, this Bhagavad Gita will help you in every direction of your life. And as Krishna says, that until and unless a person knows the science of Krishna, the science of God, the science of inner oneself, you will never be able to attain mode of goodness. Read chapter 272 verse, I think. So until as we reach to that science, to that level, we will never be able to eradicate the three modes of nature. And if we are not able to eradicate, then again punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatre shayanam. Again we have to come to the womb of a mother. And that mother would be anyone, right? That mother can be a goat, a buffalo, a donkey, a hog, anything. Not only human, anything it can be. So that's why this beautiful knowledge, this beautiful science that Krishna has given, it's so imbibing, it's so mesmerizing that the more you spend your time, and many Matajis complain that Prabhuji in the morning this and this is there, a lot of work is there. That's why I always tell, when work will not be there, only when we go to grave. Before that, you are never, responsibilities will never be shred out of your shoulders. It will be there. It will only be shredded once you lie down in the graveyard. That's the only time. So that's why we have to manage ourselves. We have to manage our time. We have to see where we are wasting our time behind Facebook, Instagram, Reels, and whatnot. So we have to stop all those things if we want to get something quality in our life. If we want, that's the terms and conditions applied. If we don't want, then let's move out as we are moving in. So that's why with the two verses, Krishna is emphasizing on the quality of the knowledge and the the fruit or the destiny which we will get by reading or by analyzing, by going through this entire 700 verses. That's why Krishna again repeated what he had already done. He repeated via Arjuna from where we got these verses and we are reading. So this is a kind request to everyone that spend as much time as we can, as many times we can read the purports more and more. Then, only then, we will be really able to satisfy Srila Prabhupada. We will be able to convince. We will be able to, Srila Prabhupada will be happy only by when we spend some time with Bhagavad Gita. The Prabhupada did so many things. He gave his entire life almost, a day and night, just giving purports to these scriptures. Why? If we don't read, only if we go in the market, okay, book distribution. First, you learn. That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told that before you do book distribution, before you do preaching, you should know what you are preaching. If you are distributing a book, you should know what is there in the book, not just here and there, whatever you heard, tell something will happen. No, you should know the essence. Then only people, when hear your essence, your motivation, your body language, people get impressed, and then they take it. And that Bhagavad Gita copy will benefit the other person as well. So that's why it's not about motivation, it's not about momentarily happiness, it's not about momentarily spending time with Bhagavad Gita, but it's just a lifeline for us. Bhagavad Gita should be our heartbeat that we carry all the time, whether it's in a manual way or it's in a digital way, whatever it is, but we carry and we read every moment. We vibrate with the verses of Bhagavad Gita. Then Bhagavad Gita will come in our life. It's not about half an hour coming, you coming, I coming, we coming, enjoying, having fun time, and then going. It's not, nothing will happen with that. We're just wasting our time then. We have to be serious with Bhagavad Gita and all the scriptures, whatever we are reading, and try to imbibe that knowledge in ourselves, in our life. Then things will, improvise in our life. Okay, so with this, I conclude. If any Mataji or Prabhuji has any questions or anybody would like to, tell something, we can continue.